Welcome back from the ad break, viewers at home. You are still watching Prime Live, and joining me in studio is Aisha Letlala, who will be speaking to us about all things body positivity and modest fashion. Thank you so much for joining us on Prime Live.
Alhamdulillah, Jazakallah for having me.
Jazakallah so much. It's absolutely a pleasure. I mean, there is so much that I want us to talk about, but because of time constraint, I want to speak about the juicy part. I know that everybody has a story, right? For you to decide to enter Miss Curvylicious 2025, there is a story that, you know, inspired such a move. Tell us about that story and what made you want to actually speak on body positivity.
I think I saw the lack of the diversity in the pageantry space. I'm a big, I'm big and a Muslim, I'm covered, modest, and that is not well represented. And most of the pageants are body exposing and all of that. And when I found Miss Curvylicious, it's like, no, I like this, but they were like, no, come. So they opened a platform that I never knew was there, and I'm proud to say that I got through to the finals when I auditioned, because it's now telling the story that as a Muslim woman, there is things that you love. You love to put it out there. We love to be seen and people know and be represented, so that modesty is not shied away, or it's not something that is boring and stuff. So it's sort of like a storytelling and being a role model, that as a modest fashion person, that I can still be able to say I am proud to be Miss Curvylicious.
And in terms of the people themselves who are obviously owning Miss Curvylicious, how has the experience been in terms of the fact that you wear modestly and you are not the typical model that people are hoping for? Has that been a difficult journey, and how has it been, meaning also interacting with other women who are also maybe probably not dressed like you, because this is not a Muslim, uh,
Yes.
everybody enters. So you being the unique one, they representing, how has that experience been?
I think because of their values and my values, they aligned. That's why I became part of it. They also have strict rules of how you should be carrying yourself. And I found that very interesting. So the organizers are really amazing. They're not weird and such, because they're also modestly wearing. I think a lot of the women in the pageant are modest. So it's something that is there, and it's an African thing also to be modest, but also to just make modesty fashionable. I think that's that. We're still good and beautiful when you're covered.
No, definitely. And let's talk more about body positivity. You're someone that obviously aspires to encourage young girls, or encourage even women in general that are curvilicious, and you want to bring body positivity to them. What exactly do you envision in that? Meaning, in the next 5 years, how do you see a South Africa embracing this, curvilicious women?
I think I'll go back to an event that we had on the weekend. There was a young lady that said she was bullied because of her weight. We had an anti-bullying debate campaign in Attridgeville. And she used that they used against her to thrive. And I think the society just makes big as if it's something that is bad. And we can't all be slim. Like, I was the skinniest person, and they still made jokes about me in school. But now that you're big, then they still make fun of you. So it's just to try and show young women, I think that's the narrative that I'm trying to build, that there's really nothing wrong with not being the same as everybody. We can't all be the same. There'll always be somebody bigger than you, skinnier than you, prettier than you. But that doesn't take anything away from you. As big as I am, I've learned to embrace the body that I'm in. Like, I'm a 41-year-old. I can't still say, oh, that, and my body is not going down as I would like to. So there's a lot of things that come with why somebody is big. So I think as long as you embrace being healthy and fit in the journey of your curves, love your body as it is.
No, that's a beautiful way of saying it, because also, there'll always be someone that you feel, we're women. I feel
Yes.
like women are always overthinking everything. There'll
Overthinking
always be
it.
someone that you think is much slimmer than you, or a bit thicker than you, or this and that, and just toning down the noise and finding the confidence within is what's important, and then
What is
that's what
important.
you're working
But I
on.
guess also that Allah created us different. We're not all meant to be
Yes.
sportsmen. We're not all meant to be pilots. There's a different person in each one of us. So there should be that as well in women, in embracing who we are in our bodies.
And I always say, whenever people are saying something about, like, big women or like curvy women. I'm like, in the time of the Prophet, you were the it girl, because I know
You know.
Arab in the time, like when we read in history, they used to find the bigger you were, they used to actually count them and say how many roles that she
She
had when they
had.
ask about a woman, because the more roles she has, the more attractive she is. So listen, it's just the wrong timing.
It's
They
a wrong
don't get it. This
timing,
generation,
right?
they don't get it, and
No,
it's
I just
fine.
think also the media has just portrayed being skinny, not even slim, being skinny as something that is achievable. Like that's everybody aspires to. I don't aspire to be skinny anyway. So
Exactly.
I'm okay with the body that I am in. I've learned to love. My body has carried me. It's birthed me 4 beautiful kids. So it's me and a prayer and a love language that I had with my body. And Miss Curvylicious is just a platform that gave me to say, you can actually tell your story as a modest Muslim woman. And as an African woman, it's my pride to say there's really nothing odd about me being Muslim and being modest.
I love what you said, to say I love my body and I don't want to be skinny, because whenever people see curvy people or people that are bigger than what they are used to seeing or whatever, they always assume you're on a journey of losing weight. Like, would you want to lose weight? Not everybody wants to lose weight. You know,
I
and some
read
people,
something that
some
said
people are happy.
not everyone that goes to the gym is there to lose weight. Some of us are there to just be fit.
Exactly, exactly. We don't have the same body goals
No.
and all of that, and just respecting people and understanding that, like you said,
Understanding,
Allah
yes.
created us different. That's a beautiful way of putting it. And you touched on media, and I want us to maybe explore that topic a bit. Do you think curvy women are represented enough in the media space? If not, how can that be changed?
They are not represented in the media space. I think a lot of us battle with self-esteem, and it's because of the cyberbullying. I think when a curvy woman just shows themselves, somebody will say something that will bash and you start doubting yourself. Obviously, as women, we're within our feelings and emotions. So when something brings you down, it really just shuts you off. But there's a recent young girl who was very chubby. I think she committed suicide because people used to, adults used to bully her about her weight on TikTok, and she actually committed suicide. So if we as women, as mothers, don't come out and teach the children to love their bodies and be there and say, oh, Aisha is a Miss Curvylicious and she's big and I'm okay with my weight. If I lose it, alhamdulillah. If I don't, alhamdulillah. You know, it's just about being in that space where you're content with who you are. Some things you can't change. So if somebody makes fun of something that you can't change at that moment, or you really don't want to change it, they don't know. You know, so I think we need to be more compassionate.
Listen, I don't want you to get off stage or this studio without you telling us more about you being in the finalist. How can we show support? When is everything happening? Please share with the viewers at home so we can follow the journey, because it's such a beautiful thing to see. I think before the ad break also, Maimun and I were speaking on how beautiful it is to see Muslim women and Muslim people being represented in different industries. Please tell us about the details.
Okay, the finals are actually on the 1st of November. So the journey as well, the nice thing about it is you get to be a community person, and it blended well with what I do. So I'm representing Miss Curvylicious as a charity. My platform is charity and kindness. So I'm doing a lot of projects within different communities where I'm doing charity work as part of telling my story and being represented as Miss Curvylicious. So I will be sharing on my platforms, which are my social media handles, and they are Limpho Letlala with an Limpho, and the Miss Curvylicious page as well. It's Miss Curvylicious SA on both Instagram and Facebook. They're very active there. But if voting lines are going to be open, posters will also be shared on social media. But I'd love to say even the win or just being part of this, it's a win for every woman that's modest there.
No, it's definitely very inspiring, and it's also very courageous to stand and say, I'm going to be the person that speaks on body positivity and embrace who I am, and tell people that I love my body, and as a woman you should love your body and love everything that you are. Just before I let you go, what legacy would you want to leave behind, or what impact also would you like to have, especially related to body positivity and inclusivity?
Shoot your shot and be confident. You know, when I auditioned for Miss Curvylicious, I was on my 3rd trimester of pregnancy. So this is also a legacy for my daughter that we did it, you know. And I got in and people were like, you were pregnant, you just had a baby. My baby is 5 weeks old. And I think I'm going to love telling this story that I've been a mother of boys for the longest time and having a baby girl, and she's finding me in a space of a healed version of me and saying,
That is
Mommy did
powerful.
it, and she stood up for every other woman that is not represented. So that's
That is such a beautiful story. I like that you birthed a girl who's going to also be a woman, and you use that as an opportunity to show her exactly how a woman should feel about herself. It's a story you will tell one day.
love
To say
yourself
this,
unconditionally.
love yourself this is such a beautiful story, Aisha. I mean, we want to have you back. Please promise us to come back towards the finals or whatever, so we can keep showing you support. But viewers at home heard everything that you said in terms of the social media pages, and they better follow. They better follow you so that we can follow this journey and keep representing and keep speaking positively about, you know, modest fashion and just embracing your body.
Alhamdulillah, Jazakallah for having me. I'll definitely be back.
Jazakallah so much. Viewers at home, this has been a beautiful conversation. I really, really enjoyed it. I had so much more to ask, and I know you probably wanted to ask her more. That's why we have to have her back. But because you want more and I want more, what we have to do is follow her on all her social media platforms and make sure that you show her some love and continue supporting her so that we can be part of this beautiful journey. But without wasting any time, we got more content loaded up for you. So let's take a quick ad break. So you must stay tuned.